Speaking to a predominantly black crowd yesterday, the vice president said that Mitt Romney's vision of regulating the big banks would unchain Wall Street and, quote, put y'all back in chains, unquote. Biden said this in Danville, Virginia, a city with a long history of racial tension. He later tried to clean up after himself by saying he'd been referring to the Republicans' use of the word unshackled when talking about banks. It was too late, though, as he'd already created a bit of a firestorm. Joe Biden has a long history of saying dumb stuff. What's alarming here is the nation's first African-American president's okay with this kind of language. The president's deputy campaign manager told MSNBC she doesn't think Biden went too far when taken in context. Quote, we have no problem with those comments, unquote. This is the same kind of insensitivity the president showed when he said, quote, if you've got a business, you didn't build that, unquote. Mitt Romney is blasting Mr. Obama today, saying his campaign's all about division and attack and hatred. The Romney campaign calls Biden's comments a new low. Hard to argue with that. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani weighed in, questioning whether Biden has the mental capacity to handle the presidency should it become necessary. Oftentimes, Joe Biden says entertaining things, and it can be written off as simply putting his mouth in motion before putting his brain in gear. But the comment about putting people back in chains is loaded with racial overtones, and it's a long way from being cute. It should have been embarrassing for the nation's first black president. Apparently it wasn't. Here's the question. Should the White House apologize for the vice president's remarks about putting people back in chains? Go to CNN.com/Cafferty file, post a comment on my blog, or go to our post on the Situation Room's Facebook page. I'll bet if he had it to say over again, he'd use different words.
Yeah, and I'm sure he would. And as John King reported here in the Situation Room, a lot of senior Obama officials privately are not very happy with what Joe Biden had to say. One more thing.